Hello everyone, the content of this section is from the book, The Land of the Free and the Home of the Hilarious, author, Olivia Wilson. Welcome to subscribe The Land of the Free and the Home of the Hilarious. Exclusive copyright. Chapter 3, Prohibition, when drinking became an Olympic sport. Prohibition, the era of American history when alcohol was illegal, was a time of bootlegging, speakeasies, and bathtub gin. But did you know that it was also a time when drinking became an Olympic sport? That's right, during Prohibition, people found creative ways to drink and party, even when it was against the law. Bootleggers would create all kinds of concoctions to get people drunk, from bathtub gin to moonshine to medicinal whiskey. And people would go to great lengths to find these bootleggers and their illegal hooch. They would use secret codes and passwords to get into speakeasies, which were hidden bars that operated underground. But the real sport was in the drinking itself. People would compete to see who could drink the most, the fastest, or the strongest drink. And let's not forget the classic drinking games, like beer pong and flip cup, which were probably invented during Prohibition. Drinking became such a popular pastime that people would gather in guzzling clubs, where members would drink together and compete to see who could drink the most. These clubs would even hold drinking competitions, where participants would drink until they passed out. And if you think that's crazy, just wait until you hear about the Booze Olympics. The Booze Olympics were a series of drinking competitions that were held during Prohibition. These competitions included events like the Bootlegger's Mile, which was a race where participants would chug a beer at every lap. There was also the cocktail relay, where teams would pass a cocktail shaker from person to person, adding ingredients along the way. And let's not forget the Gin Fizz Marathon, where participants would drink gin fizzes until they couldn't stand anymore. Now, you might be thinking, wasn't Prohibition a serious and important time in American history? And you're right, it was. But it's also important to remember that people will always find ways to have fun, even when times are tough. And during Prohibition, that fun just happened to involve a lot of drinking. So, the next time you hear about Prohibition, remember the Booze Olympics and the wild, crazy parties that took place during that time. And who knows, maybe we can even learn a thing or two from the creativity and resourcefulness of the people who lived through it. Because at the end of the day, we all need a little fun and a little relaxation, even in the toughest of times. And let's not forget the cultural impact of Prohibition. It led to the rise of organized crime and the expansion of speakeasies and illegal distilleries. It also helped to spark the feminist movement, as women were among the biggest supporters of Prohibition and were instrumental in its eventual repeal. Prohibition was a time of contradictions and complexities, but it also showed us the power of the human spirit. People found ways to have fun and be creative, even in the face of adversity. And that's something we can all aspire to, even today. So, the next time you raise a glass of your favorite beverage, remember the wild, crazy, and sometimes dangerous times of Prohibition. And be grateful for the freedoms we have today, which allow us to enjoy a drink in safety and moderation. Cheers! 10 slangs or idioms that originated from Prohibition. 1. Bootlegger, a person who makes or sells illegal alcohol. 2. Speakeasy, a hidden bar or nightclub that operated illegally during Prohibition. 3. Bathtub gin, an illegally distilled and often dangerous form of alcohol. 4. Blind pig, a term used to describe a speakeasy, as a way of disguising the true nature of the establishment. 5. Juice joint, another term for a speakeasy or illegal bar. 6. Hooch, slang for illegal or homemade alcohol. 7. Cat's meow, a term used to describe something as stylish or impressive. 8. Jake, slang for any drink that was not alcoholic, such as a soft drink. 9. Giggle water, slang for alcohol, particularly champagne or other bubbly beverages. 10. Rum runner, a person who smuggled illegal alcohol into the United States during Prohibition. Thank you all for watching. This program is exclusively licensed.